Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Butterflies Home and Garden. This is Mona. I wanted to come on and bring you guys another update. I know I just did one the other day, but things are really moving along with the seedlings. I probably jumped the gun. I underestimated this grow rack and how fast things would get germinated and start to take off, because everything is really taking off, which makes it just so much more exciting waiting for that day to come. So this bottom rack, I had showed you in the last update that I did when I transferred seedlings over to the solo cups, and the majority of those were tomatoes, but down here, right there is my large leaf basil. I love basil and everything. And I normally don't plant my herbs yet, but I do like the basil. I can kind of grow that throughout the winter. I use it a lot to cook with. And back here in the back, these were ones that were still in the pellets. And so they're starting to poke out, some of them. Some are still, coming along a little slow. Like that's the pickle cucumber. So it's still, coming along a little slow. The collards back here, those are doing really well. So I'm going to transplant those as well here in a moment. And these are the ones that I transplanted. Let me move this over here some. This is kind of hard to glare from the light. But these are the ones that I transplanted the other, 2 or 3 days ago, into the solo cups. So I'm going to leave most of those alone right now. I have to actually get out into one of the sheds out back and dig through all the garden stuff to find my bigger pots to be able to transfer these over to. But they're doing just, phenomenal. I mean, just really good. But this right here, let me see if I can zoom in on that one. Right here, I have that labeled as a bell pepper. However, that is not a bell pepper. I really strongly believe that that is a slicing cucumber, and it's mislabeled. So it's going to be interesting. I do this every year. I did it last year, and there were 3 tomatoes in the garden that I could not remember what they were. So I just didn't put a label on them at all. But they produced a lot. The tomatoes were delicious. And then we have these up here. These are lima beans right here. I'm going to transplant those, and this one is a green bean, and they're pretty. And these down here, I'm going to transplant. The ones right here that are hanging over, that's a golden cabbage, and on the other side of that is the gray zucchini. So I had those at my work site under grow lights over there, so I just decided to bring them home so that way I can get ready to transplant. And these are habaneros right here, and they just started to peek up a little bit, so I'm going to leave those in that tray for a little while longer. But I am going to be transferring the lima beans into this, and this is a honeycomb tower, and it's on wheels. And got that from Gardener Supply. They were actually having a sale, a really good sale on them, so I picked up a couple of them. And these right here is a grow light. And once I put it down in here, you got to have that grow light just right on top of it to just emulate the sun. And so that way it can, reach. You don't want to have it too far so things won't get really leggy. So I'm going to transplant that one in there, and got another one, and got a couple of different sizes in my bulbs down there for the round grow lights. So I will get all of this done and bring you guys back to let you see how things worked out in the end. See you soon. Well, hello guys. I wanted to bring you back to let you see how things look now that I've transferred a lot of the seedlings into bigger containers, bigger cups, actually solo cups. So they were originally down on this rack. and I have moved some that were down there that were still growing a little high up to the second rack, and transferred a lot of the ones from the lower rack, and everything is really just doing, so well. It's always a shock to me that I actually can do this, and it's just truly a blessing, and I'm extremely grateful to be able to have a garden and have success with it. I mean, of course, there's always those things that happen. Some die off, some don't produce anything, but to me it's always just about learning, and learning from that. Like this year I learned from the things that I did last year that were wrong, and I can already tell how good things are going, just by looking at everything and just how it's moving along. But this second rack is for the ones that have come from this rack that have grown. And then the top rack up here are the ones that, have grown higher. So just to kind of keep things even, so all of the vegetables are getting, good amount of light to them. I will continue to shuffle them around until it's time to take them out and harden off and get it planted in the ground. So I bottom watered all of these trays, and I let the water sit in there for about 10 minutes and then pour off the excess. Also, I got my delivery of my this is a Spanish mammoth pepper from Baker Creek. And Rainbow Gardens, is one of the channels I subscribe to. And she has a wonderful, wonderful container pepper garden. I'm telling you, her peppers look awesome. All of her things do. So I decided to order it and try it and see how it works for me. And I also got the golden zucchini. So I wanted to try those two things and see how it works for me. And also this little, gadget right here, love it. It is a power strip, and one side is a timer by Globe. It is awesome and saves me from having to turn the lights on, turn them off. If I'm not here, tell my husband turn them off, turn them on. It has really just worked out really, really well. So right now I am satisfied and very, very happy on where things are at with the seedlings and moving forward. I did want to show you, I did take the lima beans and green beans and I put them in the honeycomb planter, and the light, just using a round blue light, and the light needs to be, just right on top of the green beans as you see it here, so that way it won't try to reach for the light and get leggy. So I am excited. I'm looking forward to seeing how everything is going to turn out and getting it out in the garden and letting this do its thing and eating all the fresh, yummy vegetables. So I will see you guys on the next video. Be blessed. Well, hello guys. I wanted to come on and show you what I got today delivered from Walleye Direct. My sister turned me on to, it's a online, wait a minute, hold on, this thing is not, there we go. Online place where you could buy shrimp and fish, and I ordered some crappie. And they deliver it, and it's packed in hot ice, and they're all filleted. And the only downside is that I didn't pay attention to it, and I thought that these crappies were going to come with the tail still attached. I know it might gross some people out, but I love frying crappie with the tail on and just crunching on that tail. It is so delicious. If you haven't tried it, I'm telling you, you're missing out. You need to try it. But I just wanted to come on. I'm not, I'm not unsatisfied. Just a little disappointed, that's all. But again, you see that it's just frozen solid. So I'm gonna, put this in individual Ziploc bags and put them in a deep freezer. Might even fry up a couple of them. So I will see you guys on the next video.